So lads, this was a huge announcement by Unrivaled, and this is something that is very interesting. Angel Reese is another player who is not currently on the Unrivaled list.
You ever wonder what happens when a star's reputation becomes more liability than asset? A brand new league, Unrivaled, was set to launch with Angel Reese as its fiery centerpiece. But behind the scenes, a shocking decision was allegedly made, one that quietly erased her from the picture before a single ticket was even sold. The league that planned to give her a spotlight decided the chaos wasn't worth the clicks, and the quiet breakup has sent shockwaves through the sport.
Unrivaled, they've named most of their players coming for the year 2, the second season. And like I said earlier, Angel is not one of the people on that list.
When the rumored draft rosters for Unrivaled's debut season began circulating online, fans noticed a stunning omission. Among the list of elite talent, one name was conspicuously missing: Angel Reese. There was no press release, no injury report, no statement at all. The silence was deafening, and it spoke louder than any official announcement ever could. People online started asking if this was an oversight or a message. Given her track record, it was clearly a statement.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, part 10, let's get
I
up!
hope you have window insurance.
Bang!
Not sure if I've ever seen her pass the ball. Let's see if it happens on this possession. Reese goes to her patented dipsy-doo. Let's see it. No!
Bang!
Oh, there it is. That's a pass, and it's picked off going the other way.
Oh, they fumble it back. Green team time!
Sidestep, 3-ball, butter pecan.
Bang!
Reese's Puff with the rebound.
Chitty chitty bang bang!
You'll need to find something you love as much as Angel.
It wasn't supposed to be this way. Angel Reese was marketed as the soul of Unrivaled, the unapologetic, energetic force who once bragged about bringing swagger to every team she joined. She was the perfect face for a league trying to be different, edgy, and loud. But whispers from inside the league suggest that the very edge that made her famous was also what made investors nervous. Her brand, built on confrontation and a villain arc, was already seen as a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode.
I had no idea that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up. Did not show up to support her teammates. It was that unimportant, but yet took a victory lap that you won a championship? You got to be joking.
Angel Reese beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think.
The fears weren't unfounded. Her short time in the WNBA has been a highlight reel of technical fouls, on-court altercations, and post-game interviews that generate more headlines than her stat. This consistent pattern of behavior reportedly created a narrative that Unrivaled's founders, Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, couldn't risk. They were trying to build a professional sports league from the ground up, not a reality TV show centered around one person's drama.
And this championship game was so unimportant. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home, and I'll FaceTime in if we win.
This league has got to figure out a way to honor Angel Reese and all.
But the real red flag was a pattern that had started long before, a reputation for disappearing when the pressure was highest. Insiders point to a history where her commitment seemed to waver during crucial moments, leaving teammates hanging. It looked less like taking a break and more like bailing when things got hard. For a player who called herself a champion, the timing couldn't have been worse. This perception built a reputation that followed her into every locker room since, unreliable when it matters most.
I'm telling you, there's nobody in the world better at chasing down their own block shot than Angel Reese. One door closes, another opens. Look at that.
Bang!
Time to put respect on Angel Reese positioning under the basket. Look at the leverage she gets. Brianna Stewart, you're locked and loaded, girl. Rebound, Lexi Hole. Look at the seal out by Reese. What an opening. Easy layup.
Bang! Bang!
How about we finish off with some free throws? Flick of that wrist, bounce that ball. Flickety, flickety, boogity, bop.
This reinforced a damaging reputation that has followed Reese from college to the pros, that she is a wild card. Her endless technicals, the turnovers, and the questionable body language all screamed that she was playing for the cameras more than for her teammates. For a startup league trying to establish credibility, unpredictability is poison. They needed stars who would show up ready to compete every night, not ones who might leave mid-campaign and overshadow the entire product.
You just never know. You just never know with all the shit that's going on right now with the Chicago Sky, with all the shit that's going on.
The whispers grew louder inside Unrivaled's own boardroom. Reports claim executives noticed that whenever her name trended, it wasn't for her play, but for something messy. The optics had turned sour, the internal conversations allegedly changed tone fast. The league wanted to establish stability heading into its second season, and one unreliable star just didn't fit into that vision. The question became, does this attention make us money or just noise? And then there was the money. A new sports league survives on corporate sponsorships, and big brands crave stability. They want to attach their names to positive, inspiring stories, not to weekly controversies. Each time Reese sparked another public feud, she made it harder for Unrivaled to convince companies like Nike or Gatorade that their league was a safe and profitable investment. For companies selling empowerment, not chaos, she was becoming a bad bet. This allegedly put the league's player founders in an impossible position. As elite athletes, Collier and Stewart understand the fire and passion Reese plays with. They've been in the trenches and know what it takes. But as business owners, they had to think about their bottom line and the long-term health of their venture. The choice became terrifyingly simple. Stand by a fellow player whose brand was becoming toxic, or protect their multi-million-dollar investment from imploding before it even began. The league's analytics team saw the problem plain as day. Her drama had hit the point of diminishing returns. Sure, her name could spark millions of views on social media in a single weekend, but ticket sales stayed flat, and TV viewership reportedly plummeted after the initial hype. After a big first weekend, audiences dropped to a fraction of their initial size. Virality without loyalty. It turned out that a storm of clicks doesn't fill seats or charm sponsors into writing checks. Once viewers realized every week ended with more finger-pointing than basketball, they simply tuned out. Looming over all of this was the inescapable shadow of Caitlin Clark. While Reese was making headlines for her attitude, Clark was making them for breaking records. The contrast was impossible to ignore. Clark had become the blueprint for modern superstardom, maximum impact with minimum drama. She proved that you didn't need to be the villain to sell out arenas. You just needed to be undeniably great. They call it the Clark effect for a reason. Her style of play is infectious, but not in a way that demands the spotlight. She creates opportunities for everyone on the floor, lifting the performance of her entire team. The Indiana Fever aren't just winning more, they're playing a more cohesive, watchable brand of basketball. That kind of quiet, effective leadership is exactly what sponsors and networks are desperate to invest in and build around for the future. The Fever are the perfect case study. Aaliyah Boston plays with a freer rhythm because Clark's gravity pulls defenders out of the paint. Kelsey Mitchell maintains her scoring flow because Clark doesn't dominate the ball. She facilitates. You can see it on the players' faces. They're engaged, they trust each other, and they're buying into something bigger than themselves. This isn't just about one player's stats. It's about building a winning culture from the ground up. Suddenly, women's basketball had two competing models for what a star could be. Reese's model was built on social media battles and a carefully crafted me-against-the-world persona. Clark's was built on surgical precision, unselfish plays, and a relentless focus on the game itself. Unrivaled, like the rest of the sports world, was forced to choose which future it wanted to bet on. The future belongs to players who treat focus as part of their brand, and the numbers made the choice for them. Caitlin Clark's presence has led to a documented explosive surge in viewership, ticket sales, and merchandise revenue across the entire WNBA. Her jersey became the highest selling in history for any draft pick in any sport ever. This wasn't just viral fame, it was a sustainable, predictable financial boom, something Reese's fleeting, drama-fueled trending topics could never promise or deliver on. Ultimately, the rumored decision to leave Reese off the roster wasn't personal. It was a cold, ruthless business calculation. In the cutthroat world of professional sports, a new league can't afford a single misstep. Removing their most volatile asset was allegedly seen as a necessary move to de-risk the venture and signal to investors that Unrivaled was a serious, stable enterprise ready for long-term growth. With Reese out of the picture, Unrivaled could execute a quiet but significant reset. They could now build their brand around elite competition, teamwork, and professionalism. It was a safer, more marketable identity, designed to appeal to the broad, family-friendly audience needed for long-term survival. The message, sent without a single word, was crystal clear: the game itself is the star, not one personality. But what does this mean for Angel Reese's legacy? Being secretly sidelined from a league she was supposed to champion reinforces the most damaging narrative about her, that she is too difficult to work with, that her persona overshadows her performance. It sends a warning shot to other potential partners and ventures that the baggage that comes with her brand might not be worth the clicks. The same athlete who framed herself as a pioneer now looks like a cautionary tale. Her story is becoming a powerful lesson for a new generation of athletes who have grown up with social media. The irony is that Reese's strategy, leaning on persona and provocation, once looked like the future of horse marketing, but she proved there's a hard ceiling on controversy's value once the substance disappears. It's a stark reminder that while a personal brand can open doors, it's professionalism and commitment that keep you in the room. This single, quiet decision may represent a turning point for all of women's basketball. The unwritten rule that all publicity is good publicity is officially dead. The sport has grown too big, and the money is too serious to gamble on chaos anymore. A new standard has been set, where accountability matters more than attitude, and true value is measured in wins, not just views or followers. Charisma without commitment wears thin fast. So, as the dust settles on this shocking rumor, one question remains. Did Unrivaled make a ruthless but necessary business decision to save their league from drama? Or did they just betray the one player who could have put them on the map? The balance of power has shifted firmly toward players who treat the court like a workplace and their teammates like partners, not props. Do you think Unrivaled made the right decision to exclude Reese? Let us know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.